today I'm determined. We're going straight into Genya's story, or Renya's story. Excuse me, I combined his first and last name. I did a couple things while offline. One, I S-ranked these 2 missions. It was pretty easy. And 2, I spent the rest of my mystery points and I unlocked every single mystery file. So, and the game, in a very cool move, told me that was all the files. It was like, oh, you've unlocked all the mystery files. Now, every mystery point you earn will be converted into meta chips. So that's pretty cool. More meta chips for me. Also, I unlocked everyone's everyone's abilities. So everyone has all their abilities unlocked. They're not all upgraded, but they're all unlocked because that was an achievement. So, but let's just jump into it.
It would appear I can no longer rely on Shikishima. Miss Morimura, why did you have to die? Miss Morimura's death has left the Shikishima execs in disarray. Now they won't let me spearhead the Sentinel project, as if I'm just a child.
Interesting.
I doubt my opinion will weigh much in their discussions going forward.
Wait, what was the last thing you said? Doubt my opinion will weigh much in their discussions going. Oh, and that's why he's leaving Shikishima. Shikishima. Get in.
Ayame Park, please.
Oh, I can't move. It didn't let me move at first.
That was pretty quick, Goto-kun.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest supporters. This refers to the humans
Wait,
who can
Miss Morimura has put. Oh, okay. Yes, that makes sense.
control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies. I checked the corpse at the police station. It was yours, Miss Morimura. There's no doubt about it.
Is that so?
You don't seem too shocked about your death.
Well, it didn't exactly stop me. Here I am, safe and sound.
I suppose that's true.
But
So,
who are you, though?
what did the police say?
The cause of death was a gunshot to the abdominal area. No bullet was found in the body. Though it's easy to imagine why. The murder weapon was likely from beyond this time, beyond material bullets. Estimated time of death is approximately 1900 hours. You were witnessed running off somewhere with a short-haired student. According to a pedestrian's eyewitness account, anyway.
They found a witness. This era's police really did their due diligence.
They're good. They're good stuff. Oh, wait.
There should have been
Chihiro's the one who
that drone
shot her,
tracking
though.
movement. So, anything helpful in its footage?
The timing couldn't have been worse. It looks like it was monitoring the government's movement at the time. So she wasn't even under surveillance.
I see.
Any thoughts as to our primary suspect? Who do you think did it?
Well,
Who do you think?
Whoops.
well.
Who do I think did
An
it?
acquaintance of Miss Morimura. Described as a short-haired male in a student uniform. Most likely A. Sekigahara. The witness statement matches the description of A. Sekigahara.
It did seem like something was wrong with A. Sekigahara's memories. I wouldn't be surprised if he was our murderer.
But he's
Though it raises
not,
the
right?
question of why he bothered to lure her out. Surely a murderer's optimal scenario is to avoid being spotted at all.
Well, maybe it wasn't premeditated. He could have killed her by accident.
Well, he certainly is the type to brood over things. I can say he's not enough of an idiot to shoot someone on impulse.
Who else could it be? That man with that call sign? Some numerical name.
Logically speaking,
Who's you?
he would naturally be another
Do you
potential
really not know?
suspect.
Or are you hiding that information?
He did attempt to eradicate all the compatibles. He's a dangerous individual, and he's still at large. All that's left of 426 is his consciousness. I don't think I could reliably predict his behavior. He's desperate enough to do anything. 426 certainly isn't above killing. If Ida-san were here, I'm sure he'd declare 426 our primary suspect.
We know he killed at least 4 people. That's why I shot him dead in the end. If he resurrected himself as an android, maybe that would give him a chance at revenge. As a motive, it sounds pretty clear-cut.
So you believe 426 is the most likely suspect?
Barring A. Sekigahara. Who else could it be?
426. Aside from Miss Morimura and Ida-san, 4 others came here for refuge 16 years ago. By the time I'd started assisting Miss Morimura's efforts, they'd already lost their physical bodies. Fortunately, we were able to use the data stored in Sector 0. This allowed us to meld their replicated consciousness with AI. As for how they lost their bodies in the first place, reportedly 426 is doing. He destroyed them all in one fell swoop.
Wait, did he say besides? Oh, aside from Miss Morimura and Ida-san. So it must have been. Who would it have been? Tamao? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was Miwako. And
According to Ida-san's account.
who
anyway.
would the other 2 be?
But if number 16
I'm
is
assuming
to
it's
be
none of the
believed,
compatibles, but didn't he kill? He
that's
killed
not what really happened.
some of the
And
pilots.
Miss Morimura should be aware of that. I spoke with the pilot of Sentinel number 16. Back then, she gave Miss Morimura something nobody else would. The truth.
Who's 16's pilot?
Miss Morimura, I have one more question.
What is it?
Regarding 426, would you say you had any particular feelings toward him?
Feelings? Well, he was certainly a good friend. I felt like he really understood me. Well, used to, anyway. Where's this coming from?
That doesn't make sense. According to number 18, or should I say Tamao-san,
What did Tamao say?
I had a hunch about Miss Morimura's feelings, and my discussion with Tamao-san only confirmed my suspicions.
Ooh, now I have options. I want to hear Tamao's statement. I'll probably listen to them both eventually, right?
Goto-kun. I'm sorry for this. I know it's sudden. I need to talk to you.
Did something happen?
It's about Morimura-san. She's been transplanting 426's memories onto Juro-kun. I only just found out.
426? As in the escaped android?
No, not that one. She's using the memory data of the man himself. It was saved during the shift.
In other words, she's trying to use Juro to create another 426?
I did my best to talk her down. She's letting me handle Juro-kun's treatment now. Still,
Why?
I don't think she's given up on this.
Why is she trying to bring back 426?
Well, I've been giving her some advice about it. And I understand where she's coming from, but... Mori Morisan is in love with him.
With 426?
Maybe she always has been. That's why she wants him back as a human.
But she has to know the risks. He's a dangerous man.
True, but that's not exactly what she's remembering. Besides, she's the one who killed him. That guilt is still eating at her.
That's rough.
Watch over Mori Morisan.
But it's like a
Try to
teenage
keep her away
version of
from
Juro.
Juro-kun if you can.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. I can barely take the idea of 1426, let alone 2.
So I was right. Miss Morimura did have feelings for someone.
Are you jealous?
I spoke with the pilot back then. The truth.
Wait, what do you mean? Could you go over that again?
Our defensive maneuvers failed. So we decided to stick to the plan. We all headed to the gate to escape. But there was an explosion while we were shifting. From what I can tell, the Type 98 we were shifting in got attacked. But that's the last thing I remember. After that, nothing.
But that means... Is that how your data was damaged? It wasn't some plot by 426 after all? Just an explosion? We never did manage to completely reconstruct your data. I thought it was just that you didn't get converted in time, but... You were all dead before the shift even happened.
Oh, could this be before, after she shot him?
You said he killed the 4 of them. I know you did. You said he sabotaged them, killed them.
Given the chance, he certainly would have.
You lied to me?
He already tried to kill us all in the past. You know he'd have tried again if we left him alive. Killing him was the right call.
No. That means...
I'd like to revisit something you just mentioned. About 426 killing at least 4 individuals. Do you really not remember?
Remember what?
You've read my files, I presume? I gathered quite a lot of material in the past. Most of it is rather outdated, including Ida-san's statement concerning those victims. In other words, your answer is objectively incorrect.
Really? Well, can you blame me? Look at this body I'm stuck with. I'm bound to have some memories confused.
So something must have gone wrong with like her data backup or something, right? When she can't remember everything. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My ice cream got here.
If you have some comment on this form, then by all means.
No. That's not what I meant. When Juro Izumi lost his memories, you aimed to use him to revive 426. Make one a vessel for the other. One reason seems most likely. You harbored romantic feelings for him.
Me? With him? You're joking. That Chihiro Morimura was mind-hacked, remember? You said so yourself.
What do you mean she was mind hacked?
My goodness, romantic feelings? For him? No, God no. Not my cup of tea.
If you recall, I suggested that Miss Morimura was mind-hacked. That idea was based on a certain piece of evidence I found. One particular log.
What log?
If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know. 2 years before you were born, Ida-san extracted some information from 426 that in turn led to the discovery of the data log in question.
So why again does this matter?
You're about to find out. As for the log itself, it contains footage from the year 2188. It was found buried in the mainframe data during the analysis of 426. You seem very disturbed by me seeing that file. So much so, in fact, that you ended up deleting all of your logs. Would you mind telling me why you did that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, at the very least, its contents suggested a connection to 426. Or even that he had been manipulating Miss Morimura. The log contained a very interesting report. Apparently, Juro Izumi downloaded memories onto Chihiro Morimura's clone.
426 was the one who overwrote my memories? So what does that mean? What are you trying to say? Your Morimura and I are both 426?
Interesting.
This is Tetsuya Ida. Don't know why I'm recording this. Nobody's going to hear it. Still, might as well. Not like I have anywhere else to share this. I was in the middle of a routine bug regression test, and I noticed part of the final phase had been altered. The change was made in Chihiro Morimura's host. The setting change looks like it'll trigger a memory overwrite. I don't know anything about the memory's contents, but it says the modifying user was Juro Izumi. Because someone thought it'd be a great idea to give that guy senior admin ID. And at this point, what the hell can we do about it? At least now I have proof. You're all hypocrites anyway. Yes, including you, jackass. So who even cares anymore?
Rude.
None of this matters. We're all dead anyway.
The log inconveniently revealed one of your secrets. One you were desperate to keep me away from. So you deleted it. That's my theory, anyway. Remember where this all began? It was the compatibility experiment, the one that produced you. Based off Miss Morimura's footage and your own admissions, I've completely misjudged the situation. All this time, I believed you were her. But even from the very beginning, you've been your own person.
So, what are you saying? I'm not Chihiro Morimura? If If I'm not a duplicate of Chihiro Morimura, then who exactly do you think I am?
You are Chihiro Morimura.
Well, there you have it.
I'm confused.
No, not Miss Morimura, the teacher. Professor Chihiro Morimura. The one from the year 2188. And the central figure of Shikishima's interstellar development project.
Going right back in.
Aegis activation confirmed. The terminal is completely sealed off.
We did it.
They've changed targets. The next terminal is just over there.
They're already on the move.
Can't even let us catch our breath, huh? I haven't hit my operating limit yet, but I'm going to dismount. Whoa, hey, then who's taking point?
Pull it together. We don't need orders to kick some ass.
I remember this happening. Did we ever learn where she got her Sentinel?
You can relax, kids. I'm back in the fight.
I won't be long. It's up to you. Fine then. Let's roll, Yuki-chan. Chihiro-san. Chihiro-san.
Look at that sunset. Just like it was back then. It's beautiful. I'm guessing you were monitoring me with a drone?
I have one locked on to you, yes. Their target's changed. They're coming back this way. It's dangerous here. We need to get you to safety.
Aw, don't tell me you're worried about me. How about you mind your own business?
Whoa.
You already know how I feel.
I don't need that kind of sass, little girl.
This is what I wanted.
Still.
More importantly, can you really afford to waste your time here? Or have you already given up? The invasion is still in its preliminary phase.
I've got time. First, I need to get you somewhere safe.
There are no safe places left. At least, none left for us. We're not safe anywhere. But you know that well enough. You're just losing precious time. Go focus on the job you're supposed to be doing.
Understood. I'll go. You'll find it safer towards the river. If, hypothetically, you wanted to
I
know.
feel like he's not really gonna go.
Wait. As long as we're both here, there's something I want to clear up. So, tell me. You were in love with Miss Morimura, weren't you? You said she was mind-hacked.
Another teacher-student
but it was
relationship?
more
Come
about
on
you
now.
being jealous, wasn't it?
That's hardly.
This may be our last chance to talk. Answer me.
You are correct. Is that what you wanted to hear? That I was driven by some cheap, naive impulse? That I can't think about anything else?
And that's why you brought back my memory too, isn't it? You never cared how you managed to do it. You just wanted her back.
So much.
I'm glad. You really were a slave to your desires. That's the Renya Goto I remember.
What do you mean you
means
remember?
I don't have to like you after all. Thank you. I think that's all I wanted to hear.
Professor,
You should go. After all, we still have our bet. Although it looks like I'm about to win it. You should go. What's wrong? Did you get separated from your mommy? Could you leave me alone? It's dangerous out here. Just come with me, okay? Will you just... What are you...
I don't know. I feel like running away from the robot would be better than just staying there in the middle of the road. What do I know?
Don't worry. If you can't find your mommy, I can help you look. We just have to run away right now, okay? Oh, there you are, Miwako. Asami-chan! I'm so glad you're okay. Jeez, you're so reckless. You shouldn't have come this way.
Kisaragi, that girl is...
I know already.
What do you mean
I'll
you know
get back
already?
to the battle once Miwako's safe. Is someone else here? Of course not. Never mind.
I just yell at myself
The
sometimes.
evacuation route's that way. Can I bring her too? Hey! That's fine. Just hurry up. I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so... nostalgic.
Sunsets will do that, I find, regardless of time period.
Yes, but... this must be... well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So? Where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse than our last accommodations. As long as it's not Rebel, I'll take it.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there. Not Shikishima, and certainly not Miss Morimura. I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this. The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
Tetsuya Ida. And he's still missing, is he?
Yes. Let's go. Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You are Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188. Namely, the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals. A possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor. Remember,
You
Miss
are the
Morimura
professor.
is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense?
Ever since the battle that ended with Miss Morimura has been pushing. This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's those compatible have nanomachines. Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted. But it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn, incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
Certainly, yes. But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase. And the final phase, well, that would be us.
I don't know where you think you're going with this.
A bit of patience, please. There's a little more context I need to provide. The log from the future I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my
This
own
is not the
ID.
direction I thought his story was going to go at all.
The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Renya Goto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself. One that had time traveled into the far future. But now, I don't think that's the case. I believe it's the other way around. In other words, I myself am a clone of him.
I think that's true.
Every individual I saw in that log footage, they all created clones of themselves.
Clones, huh?
I did find a log that proves this point.
What did you see?
A comms log between you and Professor Takamiya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes?
The simulations look good. Especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that high. It was definitely the right call to prioritize its strength as a group over individual units. These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing. They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically zero chance of the tech failing midway through. They'll just keep on going. Probably long after humanity's gone.
Glad I came to an expert then. All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube.
The infrastructural storage cell, right?
The cube's made up of 5 identical memory layers. In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs.
And if it can't be repaired, well,
Fine, one probe down. We've got thousands more.
And our passengers?
I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them.
These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders.
By the way, what do we do about him? I mean, after that DNA test.
We do nothing. He doesn't have to know. What can I even say to him?
Who's him? Is him Renya?
Not much, I guess.
Hold on, let's run that back real quick. So 15 survivors apparently got their DNA. But how are the probes going to clone people? Is that what they were talking about earlier, where they'll just keep cloning these 15 people? Is that what they're saying? Is that what this world's gonna come to?
There were 15 survivors of that colony, each with a clone established to be compatible. Though they grew up in different eras, different worlds. And you aimed to replace your clone's memories with your own. That was your real plan.
Interesting.
Right now, I imagine your biggest question is precisely how much of that log I've seen. Am I close? You do have a genius mind, but also the form of a child. I imagine it's harder than usual to hide your agitation.
It's absolutely not. Now you're just trying to trick me?
Oops.
There's a little more context I need to... I'd say, based on that log, Professors Takamiya and Morimura seem to know each other quite well. Maybe you know something about that.
Of course not.
Then perhaps instead, Tsukasa Okino? Being compatible, that makes one part of his identity clear. He's one of the 15 from the year 2188.
Totally forgot about Okino.
So, any theories?
It's Okino and Tamao. Those were the
Who was
other
he in
two.
the year 2188. Care to guess?
Stop it.
No? Then allow me to clarify. That boy, Tsukasa Okino, is Professor Chihiro Morimura's son.
Bum bum
But
bum.
not her child by personal, conventional birth. The professor donated her egg cells as a young woman, in accordance with the policies on population control.
What?
No comment at this time? Their blood relation wasn't exactly obvious, until DNA testing on the clone revealed it. The professor was faced with the truth. He was her son, which naturally sparked an inconvenient surge of maternal instinct. However, Okino himself didn't think highly of the professor. He had his disagreements with the project staff, too. When it seemed like her end was near, the professor recorded him one final message. One last chance for him to know the truth.
Stop! You saw that? But how? You'd need a biometric ID match to access that log. So you should only have been able to access your own. My logs and Okino's should have been locked off.
Thank you, Professor Morimura.
Gotcha. Where are you going?
Indeed, the files I could access were somewhat limited. Mostly company logs. Meeting reports, call transcripts, bureaucratic chaff. Barely anything in the way of your personal records.
Then, how do you know what was in my logs?
It's simple, really. That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works.
Is he faking the ID somehow?
Did it go through? Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs.
Are those over here? Iori, what are you doing? What'd you do to Iori?
If I check Miss Morimura's logs, I might find a clue why your biometric ID matches hers.
I don't remember him kidnapping Iori. Did that happen?
It really is her ID.
Yuri Fuyusaka?
Though unconscious, she proved very helpful. She is Chihiro Morimura, a compatible version. If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know who Iori Fuyusaka is. Because that would mean you hid her here in Sector 4. The plan was for the two newborns to grow up with their own separate lives. Ida-san's idea, presumably. Chihiro Morimura was planned to be placed in 2104, and Tetsuya Ida in 2024, yet neither could be found.
Wait, 20 years later?
I knew Renya Goto of Shikishima pretty well.
They haven't said why, right? No, okay.
You and he are very different. Except that you both make my life a lot harder. So, suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
Really? You never intended for it to survive?
Oh?
I think we only have 3 left with him.
Kaiju! Why are they coming this way? The terminal's the other way. Oh, that's Sentinel. That's gotta be Iori. Hey, Iori!
Her Sentinel's face is weird.
It disappeared. What the heck is going on? Don't worry. I'm going to protect you. Everything's gonna be okay. I need to stay logical. Logical. Just so you know, I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna try something. Honestly. Goto-kun! I know you can see me! You've got a drone up, right? I need you here right now! Goto? You don't mean... Goto-kun! Renya Goto? Yup. So you know him too?
Got kind of a crush
There
on
you
him.
are.
How did he get
Goto
here?
Senpai, where did you come from?
Chihiro-san, why did you call for me?
My senior ID can get me access to the higher level commands. But I still need the biometric authentication to get it started. So I'll need your help. Though, it's not a favor for me. I'm the one who's going to be helping all of you in the end. Don't move.
Are you trying to shift from here?
I need you to step away.
Can she see any of the stuff that's happening right now? I feel like she can't see any of the screens because I don't think she's real. That's my thing, is I feel like outside of the compatible people, I don't think anyone else is real. I think they're all simulations.
We're inside the underground UFO. The Sector 4 mainframe.
What are you trying to achieve?
Maximum hypocrisy. Once I'm done here, your fight might get just a little easier.
Did she say maximum hypocrisy? Dude, if this one ends in hypocrisy, that means that I can finish Hijiyama's.
Already.
Are you gonna like buff me? What's about to happen?
I've established a connection to the system. My senior credentials should take care of the rest. Thank you. I didn't think you'd come back for me. I'm shifting you back. Now, let's get started, shall we?
What are you doing though?
All units fighting the kaiju. Can you hear me?
Who's that? How'd you get on this channel?
Huh? Wait, you're the gloomy Wicca was helping.
Chihiro. Is that you, Chihiro?
I'm Chihiro Morimura.
What? That's our teacher's name.
I'm going to evacuate the populace all at once.
Oh, I also shot your teacher, by the way.
Readouts say 1.2 million people in Sector 4. They'll all be force shifted to the year 2025. As in Sector 3.
So the year 2025? You're shifting over 1 million people?
So you don't have to worry about any civilian casualties. That's all.
Wait a minute, Chihiro!
Initializing shift.
Oh, she's been here before. That's rough, dude. Miwako's going through a hard time right now.
That should be everyone. Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. How did you gain access? Explain yourself.
I'm Takatoshi Hijiyama. I just have one favor to ask of you.
A favor?
Well, it's kind of complicated, but I'm actually asking on behalf of someone else.
Keep going.
A young man by the name of Okino.
Tsukasa Okina?
What are you asking? Oh, he's at 71. He only has 2 left. How did Yuki... Does it ever show Yuki getting a Sentinel? It shows Amaguchi's Sentinel. Did Megumi shoot her? Let's see the end of Hijiyama's story. Which kind of feels like Okino's story. You know what I mean?
Where do I begin? Well, I think I finally found what we needed. The answer to our problem.
What is it?
I'd prefer to handle the introductions first, but...
What can I do right now? I have to save everyone. That means I need to stay at Okino's side.
Has the fight started already?
So the Sentinel's a weapon from its...
Well, I guess we're a bit early. The command ship's still behind the horizon. That means still about half an hour until they're in comms range. Now it's a waiting game.
Go ahead and explain.
Guess I owe you that much. You remember our talk about the decode?
Something inside that inner Locitor? It's the thing calling the Deimos, right?
You got it. More specifically, the important part is its connections to 3 discrete points. One of those points is the command ship in orbit, which I'll show you here.
And one of them's
From that
here,
ship,
right?
It extracts the data of the Deimos themselves. That data is used to manufacture them in the automated factories in Sector 1. Then the factory-fresh Deimos are deployed to attack Universal Control. And that's how the decode works.
Wait, the Deimos are deployed to attack Universal Control. Okay.
So why do the attacks make people disappear?
I might actually have the answer to that one. But, well, it'd be better if you heard it from her, the command ship.
Who's Kisaragi, right? Are we... Is it here? Is it happening?
Hey, the stall is moving.
Shoot it! Run!
Stop.
Okino.
It stopped.
Can I punch it?
Is this stall some kind of enemy?
Must have come from above ground. I'm definitely triggering the voice recognition, but... Looks like my operation authority has been revoked. My commands aren't enough to shut them down. They'll be back in action soon. They'll...
Can we shoot it?
Hey, over here too.
Oh, whoops.
Stop!
Come on. Okino could have saved me. Oh, we gotta do this whole thing again?
So,
That date...
Ah, crap. Fast forwarded too much.
so
command.
Help me.
Stop!
This doesn't look good.
You're telling me. We need to go. Something's off.
What's wrong?
That console.
Go on.
Looks like I can only use the controls from there. You stay here. I'll go set the timer.
Hey!
Stop!
Okino!
Don't send me back. Wait.
Damn it. Why me? Why only me?
Did we just leave him there?
I have to get back now, or Okino might not. Someone. Anyone. I need to find someone who knows how to time travel.
Where's my sentinel?
Sekigahara. Keitaro's sentinel could also travel in time. Wait. That nurse wouldn't...
Ooh, we definitely can't ask the nurse. Oh, she's dead, so.
Okino was looking into that teacher. Maybe she knows something about time. If what Keitaro said is true, the Sentinel's capable of time. So if I can take it back from the government and maybe I can use it to... Crawling to him for help leaves a bad taste. Desperate times call... I know what I saw. Just as I was shifting, I saw Okino. And the androids were after him. I need to get back and rescue him. This is hardly the time for us.
Well, what am I doing here, man?
I can't seem to find... Okino.
Can't go to the
What's
cafeteria,
wrong?
but we can think back on this person you may or may not love.
This is for you.
What's this?
I really like you.
What are you doing? Don't be crazy.
Gotcha. Deja vu, huh? Isn't this where I confessed to Nenji Ogata too? That seemed like it really got to you.
I think he meant
You
it.
might be feeling left out, so...
You idiot. You thought it'd make me happy for a man to confess to me?
Guess not, huh?
Tragic love story. Can't admit his own feelings.
Nobody here.
Huh? You? Wait, maybe...
This was the correct area to search. It is him.
BJ still here?
Wait, that's... You're the scout unit that was with Sekigahara. Why do you have this? Who are you?
Takatoshi-san. Let me take you. Let me take you to
Yes, okay, let's go.
location. He has been wounded by androids. His condition is critical.
What? Who exactly are you? How do you know about Okino?
Television broadcasts and command ship transmissions. Miyuki Inaba used them to inform me. Don't you know? He will need it.
Oh, sure. Here.
What is this?
The phaser. You will need a weapon to neutralize the androids.
Some kind of future gun?
Yep, let's go.
I extracted it from the
I went to a military academy, I think. I probably know how to use a gun.
Data from the mainframe. Matsuno, please stay here.
What?
It will be dangerous. Akio may not have much time.
Then let's move.
You're just sitting there. Stop. 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 Stop.
Okino!
3 active androids detected.
I'm on it.
Ooh, is Okino one of them? I think the other one's Okino.
Over here.
Oh, maybe not.
Is it over? Okino! Where are you hurt? Don't worry. I'll get you to a hospital.
Hijiyama-kun.
Don't talk. I'm here.
The letter. Read my letter.
No! Okino! No. Okino's.
What just happened to his body?
He's gone.
Universal control has isolated him.
Because he was found? He's this weird anomaly?
So they finally made it here. Okino. You don't have much of a knack for love letters.
The invasion force is approaching Sector 4. So I'd like to share the Sentinel with you.
Oh,
I
it's
hid it
his
in the ocean in
Sentinel.
Sector 5. It's the one I piloted. Sentinel number 12. If anything happens to me, you'll need access to it. So I made one last adjustment to your body on my own. The Sentinel activation switch is on your left forearm.
I do like whenever it explains how they get the Sentinel.
That scout unit said you were isolated. If you really are alive, if you're out there somewhere, then you're going to need a home to return to. It'd be a shame if it was gone. So, I'll fight to my last breath to save it. That's all the reason I need. Now let's go. Sentinel number 12!
Finally. I was wondering when you'd show up.
What was that? I thought I heard Okino's voice.
You did. It's me.
Okino!
You can't see them, but I do still have legs. No ghosts here.
So the scout was right.
I'm still alive. Because we shared the Sentinel, you're the only one who I can communicate with.
What can I do? How do I save you?
I can't go back to that world anymore. I was cut off from it, to keep me alive. This was the answer, Hijiyama-kun. Remember what we talked about? The mystery process eating up 80% of the inner Lossiter's memory? Our hearing, vision, scent, touch, and taste. It was supplying sensory data, everything we ever perceived. It made everything in that world seem real. That was practically its highest priority function.
Seem real? You don't mean it was all fake? My home? The factory?
The 5 sectors are not reality. Besides the 15 of us, every human we've ever known, they were created by universal control.
I knew it.
That world is a simulated space, a massive, perfect illusion for us.
None of it was real.
These cockpits we're in right now, that is reality. My designs for the Sentinels never had cockpits at all. What kind of suicidal moron would get in a 35-meter weaponized metal suit? A single punch's recoil impact would hit the pilot like a train crash.
Wait, these cockpits we're in right now is reality?
But then the finished Sentinels had ways to get inside. I wasn't too familiar with the systems we'd pulled from the mainframe data. I figured it was just a speck I hadn't noticed at the time. But it wasn't even a cockpit at all. They're growth pods, meant to keep our bodies healthy. We were born inside these pods. We have never known life outside of them.
Interesting.
If all that's true, how do we get out?
I don't know if we can get out. But at least one thing's clear. If the Deimos invasion destroys the world we knew, then we will all die inside these pods.
Fat chance of that. You're shameless, shrewd, and infuriating. People like you don't die so easily. No matter what else may change, my duty is the same. I live in service of my country. And the people I love.
Hijiyama-kun.
I will not let you die.
Hijiyama-kun. No matter how this ends, I will always be with you. Let's go.
Huh. Interesting.